Hello, and thank you for tuning in. RoseWardStampersDelight.com. So I tried to work this morning. I tried to hop on this morning and had some technical issues. So I think those are all fixed now, except for my lights here. Let's just dull that one side a little bit. Okay, there we go. So hop on, tell me where you're from. Sorry about this morning. If you got up early to watch me, trust me, I know it was disappointing. But I am back on, and we should be good to go. So just waiting for a few people to hop on. And if you're watching this on YouTube or the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. Please share my videos. Again, Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com from New York. Hi, Maureen. Hi, Denise. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Carolyn. Okay, yes, I am on, and we're past that 1 minute mark where it kept cutting me off this morning, so I think we're good. Okay, yes, thank you all for tuning in. So we're going to hop right in here because and you could tell it's the evening because I got my hair in a ponytail, right? After this, I have my team meeting. So if you're on from my team, right after this video, this Facebook Live, I will be going on to the team page. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Mary. Okay, so what we're going to do tonight is we are going to do another something new and something old and something new. And let's get started, okay? So grab your coffee, grab your tea. It was coffee this morning, now it's water. And come stamp with me. Okay, let's put that over there so I don't mess anything up. Again, Rose Ward, StampersDelight.com. If you'd like to order from me, you can go to StampersDelight.com. This is my host code for May. And if it's more than $150, don't use the host code because you want to get the hostess rewards. Oh, I looked at that light, and for a minute there, I thought it was yellow again instead of green. Whew. Okay, so excited because I actually got my catalogs the other day, but I got my one in the mail today. So hopefully my customers will be getting them in the mail now, okay? Oh, Kathy, you got your package? Okay, great. You'll be opening it tomorrow. Okay, so this is the new catalog. If you need one, let me know. I also just received, which I was really excited about, this is our new... it's called the beginner brochure, and I can't open it up yet because it's actually not, what's inside isn't available. But I was really excited to see that the kits in here for beginner stampers match kits that are in our our new catalog, even though I can't order them. And today I'm going to be using the Celebrate Sunflowers, and that one right there actually coordinates with it. So you'll be happy when you get this too, because this is really cool. And it says beginner brochure, but trust me, I'm going to be ordering all these kits in there because they are great. Okay, so the Celebrate Sunflowers is what I'm going to be using. This is a suite, and in that suite, which I showed the other day when I did my unboxing, you can get the suite with the sunflowers, the jar with the matching punch, which is around here somewhere. I'm going to be showing that one on Sunday. Okay, so let me put this aside for a minute. Today we're going to be using the Celebrate Sunflowers, and I just want to show you the dies. Kathleen, I just got mine today, so hopefully you'll be getting yours. So here's the dies that go with this set. Okay, as you can see, I've been using mine. And then the jar of flowers, which is part of the suite, you can order separate bundles or the whole suite. You'll see that in the catalog. And you can see what goes with the suite. It comes with a punch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using this one today, and tune in Sunday, and you'll see me using this set, and I will be using some of these pieces. Okay, what else will I be using today? Well, I'm going to be using a tag from our Tasteful Labels dies. And I'm just going to pull this in a little bit. There we go. So you can see more of the table. And so here's the Tasteful Label dies. Yes, please share my video, say hi, leave me comments. I will get back to you. So these are the label dies. Now I will tell you, this has a stamp set to go with it. I will be showcasing that another night. but for if nothing else, you'd want these dies just for the labels. The other two things that you're going to see me use today are the two new embossing folders, which I showed before. The Old World Map and the Tasteful Textiles. Great, great embossing folders. Okay, so that's what we're going to be using. And what I'm also going to be using, those are all something new, and here's something old. Okay, this is being retired. This is the Painted Harvest, and as you can see, it's a two-step stamping. Actually, 3, if you really want to be correct. And it is also sunflowers. And it really goes well with the Celebrate Sunflowers. So even though you can't order the sunflower set until June 4th, you can get this stamp set and be ready to stamp when the new one comes in. Okay? So, enough chit-chat. Let's get started. So when I first got the stamp set, I wasn't feeling too creative. And sometimes it takes a little time to get my mojo working. So the first card I did was this. And I knew I wanted to use the yellows and the blues. That's my kitchen, actually, blue and yellow. And this is the new Bumblebee, and of course the Misty Moonlight, and the inks, because we don't have the inks yet, were Night of Navy, and this is Seaside Spray. So I was, you know, I kind of liked it, but and I love the way this little bow came out. Okay, a little bit different. So then I played around a little bit more, and you might have seen these because I did post these. Then I played a little around with a little more, and used the dies, and cut out the big sunflower. Okay, and this, of course, is from the Tasteful die set. So just playing around, trying to get my mojo working, trying to get something I really liked. And then I did this one. And this one was really just background stamping, and then the real intricate die there on top of that. And again, you could see the way I did that. It's not really a bow. It's just like a little, I don't know, doodad. Okay. So then I played around a little bit more, and I have a couple samples, but then I'm going to be showing you some stamping too. Here's another one I did. Okay, now I got a little bit more into it. So this nested dies right here, can you see that? I ran that through the Old World embossing folder to give it a little more texture. Now we've got the great papers, which I forgot to show you, even though I did show you those before. So with both sets, we have this great 6x6 designer series paper. And I will be putting out there more about my paper share later this week. Okay, I will be starting my paper share, and I'll let you all know about that. So these great papers match that. We also have the Memories and More kit, the cards, and the envelopes. Okay, so cards, envelopes, and the packet here. And don't forget, if you don't want the big ones, we do have the smaller white and larger white in the regular catalog. These are Whisper White Memories and More, so you'll see me use that too. Back to that, what I did was I used the designer series paper, some of the new Just Jade gingham ribbon, and some of the little sequins. Did I bring them over here? Because I did use them on something else. I might have to go grab those. And I made up another card. Oh, you're already, great, great. Already in love with the pre-order stuff. Okay, so this was another one I was working on. Okay. Then I took the Tasteful, and I don't have all the names down, but it is from the suite with the Tasteful dies. Let me just see. The Tasteful label dies. Well, it also has a stamp set and designer series paper. And this was a light wood. So what I did with this, and I'm just bringing it in so I can show you, I stamped right on that designer series paper. I put the big sunflower right inside, and then the leaves, and then of course I put my saying right there with a couple more of the dies from the sunflower. Now you can see this bow, which I'll be showing you. It's a little different than I normally do, and I'll show you that one. That's the bow we usually see, right? This is more of a double bow with a flat. It's flat, so it does stick down better. Okay, well, I don't want to say better. It's different. It's a flat bow. And I will be showing you that. So, again, you can stamp right on some of this designer series paper. Hi, Tina. Okay, so that was another one that I did. Okay, so those are the ones I got. Believe it or not, I'm already started on the ones for Sunday. So let me bring in another card, and I'm going to show you first. I'm going to add the other stamp set, Painted Harvest, to this. I'm going to show you the card, and then I'm going to show you how I did it, okay? Whoop, we don't want that moving. There we go. So this is just a quick, easy card using both stamp sets. You see how I have the sunflowers, and I have the other sunflowers over here. Just a cute little thank you card. And this is actually, this card base right here is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I have to measure everything because I forgot to write it down. But this is a regular quarter sheet, okay? And then what I did was I took a piece of our Very Vanilla and I just cut that down. So let me show you that. Okay, so this would be our card base. And I am just going to grab one thing that I always forget something, don't I? Well, don't forget, I was all ready for this morning. So this is a card base, and it's 5 1/2. Yeah, that's what I thought. And 4 1/4. This is actually going to be my base. I'm going to take this piece of cardstock, which is a 1/2 sheet of cardstock, and I trimmed it down to be 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. Okay, so it's a little bit smaller than your normal card because you want it to fit on that base. I'm just going to fold that in half, grab my bone folder, give it a good crisp edge. And then I'm going to bring in some colors. All right, I have some crushed curry, and I have some Daffodil Delight, and some Mango Melody. And then my soft suede. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is bring in my crushed curry and my large sunflower from the new set. And I'm just going to stamp one there. And you really don't have to ink it up every time, but I want a good image. Okay, I'm just going to put one there. That's all I need there. Put that over here because I will be using these again, so I'm going to have to clean them. I'm going to bring in this stamp set, which is again the new one from Celebrate Sunflowers. And I am going to use Mango Melody here. And I'm just adding a couple more around there. That should be good. I might add another one in a minute. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the stamp that's retiring, the Painted Harvest. That one I'm going to grab my, get that off for a minute, I don't want that one. I want my Daffodil Delight. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up. Put one there, maybe one here. Okay, so I got some different things going on here. I'm going to grab my soft suede, and I don't want that real dark, so I'm just going to ink it and tap it off. Okay, I'm just going to add that in there, just to add the middle of the sunflower to that. Okay, now I want to bring this one back in with the Mango Melody, and I want to add one more because I kind of want those hiding there. Let's see, what else do I think I might put another one of the old flower right here. Okay, just to add a little bit more. All right, so we are done with these. Let me move those out of the way. Now I'm going to bring in the leaf from the old set, Painted Harvest. And I am going to grab Old Olive. And I'm just going to add some leaves. And I'm putting them right over where I stamped, not even caring if it's stamped totally, the image is all there. It's just a very, very quick, easy card. Stamping over each thing. There you go. I'm going to grab the, let's see, we'll make this a thank you card also. So I'm going to grab thanks a bunch. Stamp that right in there. I got to watch because I'm keeping all these things opened and I'm probably going to get my hands in them. I better close them, huh? Yeah, let's close them until I need them again. Too many inks open, not a good thing on my craft table. What about yours? Okay. And then I'm just going to take in my card base. And I'm just going to snail that right down to my card, right down to my card base. And you see it's just trimmed enough where you can see that bumblebee edging. Oop, it's got to go up a little bit higher. What I do like about snail is I can move it. Okay, just a little edging. There we go. So there's a quick, easy card. And then we'll put some of the new in color doodads on there. I'm going to use the new cider ones. Just add a couple to bring that out. And there you have a card with something old and something new with both the sunflower sets. So I hope you like that first one. While we're talking about sunflowers, I'd like to thank my friend Stacy. She sent me this card. And this is actually a sunflower set from a long time ago that Stampin' Up! Had. Long time ago. So sunflowers have been around for a while. Okay, so for the next one, I cased the catalog. But of course, I changed it up. And let me show you what I did with that one. This is one that I saw in the catalog, but I changed it. And I'm even going to change this card a little bit more. Okay. So for this card, we're going to bring in some pieces that I've already got started. I'm using very vanilla base. Remember, you'll see more of this Sunday too when I incorporate the jarred one. Okay, and we have a piece of espresso, which is 4 1/4 by 5. Ooh, see, I always like to remind myself what I did here. Okay, so this is 4 by 5 1/4. So this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. Those are my measurements I always use. It's easy. It's easy to remember. Okay, so I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to bring my early espresso in. I'm going to clean off my big stamp here. Put that right there on the chair. I'm running out of room already. And I am going to ink this up in early espresso. Early espresso is nice when you don't want black, like a real harsh black. You just want something dark, but not black. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put some sunflowers around here. Just like that. Okay. All right. Now I'm going to bring in my watercolor pencils. Now, watercolor pencils, they don't come in this tin anymore, but these were an old tin, and I kept that, and I put my new pencils in it. Okay, so watercolor pencils, we know that we color them with the pencils, and then we use water to blend them. Only this time I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take my watercolor pencils. Yes, this one I think is the Pineapple Punch, maybe. This was from a kit when those colors first came out. The longer ones are the ones you can buy now. And all I'm doing is going around and coloring in. my leaves. Probably going to have to sharpen this, which I would love to show you because if I know where the sharpener is, because this is really cool. Let's see if I have it here. So years ago, we had a Stampin' Up! Pencil sharpener. We had all these cute little goodies back then. So I'm just going to sharpen that real quick. You can use any sharpener. And I'm going to go ahead and still color in more. Now again, usually with the watercolor pencils, you're going to take your aqua painter or your blender pens and blend this. But on the crumb cake, it's really cool because you don't even have to blend it. It gives it a nice look, just the way it is. I'm just going to add some more in here. Still a green light, that's good. I'm going to go ahead, I'm coloring very quickly. Hopefully I'm in camera view. Oh, I am. Add some there. So definitely ask me any questions when I am done with this video and my team get together. Speaking of teams, I'd love to have you on mine. Just go to stampersdelight.com and click the button that says join the fun. Because we do have fun. It's something you really, really will never regret. I love being a part of Stampin' Up! I would love to have you as part of Stampin' Up! And my team. Okay, so I think that's enough for now. You get the idea. Okay, so let me bring that up so you can see. You don't have to blend it. You could probably try using blends, but I don't know if it's not gonna give you the same look. Remember, everything we have gives you a different look. Not that one's better than the other, they're just different looks. Now I'm taking my white and I'm going right in the edges. Anywhere I didn't color the yellow. And you can actually go right over the yellow. And I'm just adding some of the white pencil. That one should have had some. Actually, let me grab that. I missed a little spot there, so let's get some more yellow. I'm making the tips of them white. And if you wanted to, you could even add a little orange in here. Oh yeah, let's do that when we're done. Let me add my white first. Just adding some white in here. And the thing about the white is once you add it, if you want it darker, just go back over it and it'll give it a brighter white. Okay, so there's the white. Now you can see how the white really brings it out. Since this one is just yellow and white, let's add some orange in here. Just a little bit in here. How's that? So we have 2 cards, and we'll see what they look like. Again, if you're doing this, you can use blender pens to blend it. But this is just another look. It's nice being on at night. I don't have to look at the clock to see if I have to jump on my other computer for work. Okay, So let's just move this out of the way. So let me bring them both in so you can see them. So this is the one with the orange. And then this is the one with not orange. Okay. So now I'm going to bring in my early espresso, and I'm just going to layer that right on there. Whoop. Just layer that right there. Okay. I'm going to bring in some ribbon here. Let's see. I want this ribbon. This is my Bumblebee. But I left the other one right on the other side of the table. Boy, I forgot everything over here. I was going to change the color, but I really like this. Okay, this piece is too big. I'm going to use that for the bow. So what I'm going to do is just going to put a little snail here. I'm going to lay that down and wrap that around here. Okay. I'm going to bring in my card base. Oop, you fell off. Get back over there. Get that on straight. Let's put him on straight before I do anything else, okay? Okay. All right. You like adding the orange? Yeah, it kind of made it pop out more. Go ahead and layer that right on there. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in, before I do anything else, I'm going to bring in my chalk marker and just make some dots. I just love the way this looks. Kind of outlines the flower. You don't have to. You could leave it the way it was. But I kind of like this. And we tend to forget about that chalk marker. Okay. And now I have my tag. And again, this is from the Tasteful, I have to keep looking at the name so I remember, Tasteful Label Dies. This one's going to say, let's celebrate you. So I'm going to take the Early Espresso. Stamp that in. Now you can see this one I sponged. So this one I won't. That's going to go right there. And of course I'm going to bump that up with some dimensionals. I like to put them this way so they go over the ribbon. Okay, this one has the little doodads on it. So we're going to want the little doodads, and that's from the Spring Forever Flowers also. Flowers for Every Season Gems. Now in here, you'll see me use these Sunday too. There's green and there's white. I just want, or clear. I want the clear ones. I'm just going to add, they're almost like little raindrops. I'm just going to put a little dot there, little dot there. Put two of them. I think I should have ordered more of these because I love these. Just going to grab one. Now remember, Tombow will dry clear. So, whoop, messed that one up. Not to worry. It's going to dry clear anyway. Grab another one, just put it right there. And you have large and small ones here. Come on, stay down. And one more. So they actually look like little water droplets. So, how do you like that one so far? So let me show you again up close. I have one more thing to do for that. Yeah, I'm in love with them too, Geraldine. Okay, so now let me show you that flat bow. You're going to want kind of a long piece of ribbon. You're going to take the tail of it, hold it with your thumb and your pinky. Wrap it around twice, your 2 fingers here, okay? Then you're going to take this tail and put it through your 2 fingers right here. Bring it out, and you got a loop in front of you. Pull it out just a little bit. Take that tail and go under, over, and under that loop. Okay? I'm going to do it again on my another card. So, and then pull it tight. Pull it tight. And then slide it off your fingers. What you get is a double bow. You just got to slide it. A double bow. Whoop. You can play with it later on. And the middle of it's flat. See how that's flat? Can you see that one? It's flat. Makes it easier to lay on your card. And once you get it on your card, you can fan it out and you've got what looks like a double bow. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to do that again later on my last card. What I'm going to do right now is put it down on my card so we can do the third card. I'm going to put that right here. I'm going to use glue dots for this. Thank you, Matthew. Get that off there. Get that off there. One more. Again, if you're on my team, I will be jumping on our team page right after this. So I'm going to just lay that flat. Now I can fan those 2 pieces out. Sometimes it helps. I can just use my take your pick tool to fan them out a bit. So you can see the 2 loops. And then just trim that off. And again, you can play with your tails once you get them to the size you want. So that bow is pretty flat. You like that bow? Yeah, I'm going to do it again. And if you don't like this tail's kind of hanging out over here, you can just put a glue dot under it to keep it straight. I like the fact that it's a little bit flatter. I just like doing different bows. So let me show you that. If I wanted to get that piece to stay down, I would just sneak a piece of glue dot under here and there. Now it's where it's supposed to be, and maybe just trim it to match the other one. Okay? And on the inside, I'm just going to grab this flower, and I'll just do it in the early espresso, this sunflower, and just put something in there. Let's celebrate you. Know that you are loved. I'll just do that in the early espresso. And there you go. All right, so for my next card, and I got to get the measurements out here because you might want to take these down, but don't worry if you don't. I'm going to add them to the description after my meeting, okay? So let me just clean these off first because I will be needing these stamps. And I'll bring in the card and then I'll show you how I did it, okay? So again, we're going to be changing it up a little bit. This is the next card I'm going to be showing you. Okay. So here's a card. Again, the blue and the yellow. Nice designer series paper. There's this image right here, which of course I cut out. And then you got that little flap. So not only do you have a bow technique today. Now see, this is a different bow. And look at the difference. Okay. But I'm going to show you a little fancy fold. Don't know what it's called. Double fold. I don't know. And you're going to flap that open, flap fold, and open that. So what I did, but I'm not going to do it in the next card, is I used my Tasteful Texture. That's why I said we used it. And I embossed. Can you see that? One part of that is embossed. So I embossed part of that. And then when you close it, this is on dimensional, so you just tuck it under there. Okay? All right, so let's do this one. Now, again, remember, I will tell you the sizes as I'm doing them, but I will also put the sizes in the description after my meeting. Okay, so for the base piece, we are going to use, this is 5.5 by 7, 5.5 by 7, and we're going to score it at 4.25. That part I will bring in and do as soon as I move everything that I just put on my paper trimmer here. And make sure I get the scoring blade. Matter of fact, I need to switch these. My scoring blade should always be at the top. And this one wasn't. There we go. Okay, so we are going to bring this in. This is 5.5 by 7, and I'm going to score it at 4.25. You could actually score it at any size you want, but for my card, I did 4.25. Okay. And there we have that. Okay, I see Geraldine is asking Tina something. Yes, Tina is from Holland. Okay, so she may not have the wording right, or it may have it in Dutch, right? So we may not know what you're talking about, Tina. So there you go. Thank you. Okay, welcome, Tina. Okay, so here's my first piece. Now, the next piece I have here is my designer series paper, which is 2.5 by 5.25. There's the blue. Now we're going to do it in the green. And we're just going to layer that right on top. Okay, for the inside flap here, this piece is 2.25 by 6 inches. 2.25 by 6 inches, and it's going to be scored at 3 inches. 3 inches, and we're going to score that. So there's that little piece. That's actually going to be glued down right here. Okay. And then, of course, your insert piece goes over it so you don't see it. For this, I would tell you to use tear tape. Any kind of flap, I prefer tear tape, but because mine's on the other table, getting ready for Sunday, and you can put the flap anywhere you want. I put it right about here, and you're just going to lay that right down. Any kind of flap, I like tear tape. So there's your flap, right? Okay. And then once it's down, I also like to burnish it. Make sure you get a good burnishing. On top of here, we have a smaller piece of designer series paper, which is 2 1/8 by 2 3/4. So it's just going to lay right on top of there, just like that. You did well, Tina. You're fine. We love to learn a new language too, so thank you for that. Okay, so that's going to lay right on top of there. Now I'm going to bring in again a piece that I already cut out, and that's from the Tasteful Texture dies, or Tasteful Label dies. And I'm going to bring in saying you are loved. Make sure it's inked off. Okay, I'm going to bring in, I use Crushed Curry or Mango Melody right now since we don't have the Bumblebee. So I'll use the Mango Melody. And I'm going to stamp that saying. I'm going to push it over here a little bit. Oh no, actually I don't have to because I forgot I changed the card up. So there we go. Okay. That is actually going to get laid down right on top. Right here. Okay. And then for the little guys here, let's see, we would be stamping in the black, And then coloring in the blends. Of course, I already did that for you. So that's already done. Okay. Oh, thank you, Molly. So I already did these pieces. We already stamped. You know that I used this piece, stamped it in Memento, colored it with the blends, and then I cut it out. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring in my Wink of Stella for this one. And I am going to add some Wink of Stella. What I love about the Wink of Stella is, and I'll show you, I don't know if you can see it, part of it I've done and part of it I haven't. The Wink of Stella really makes the colors pop. So I want some Wink of Stella on here. Go. And then I'm just going to decide where I'm going to put my flowers. Now, I had one here. One is on dimensionals. That's to keep that flap down. You could actually, and maybe we'll do this one a little different. We'll do it this way. See, I had one hidden under here, just like that. You can see that, right? So this one was flat, and this one was on dimensional. So that one just tucked under there. Let's try tucking them both on there. Let's see how that works. Just because I like to try different. Oh, before I forget, one thing I wanted to show you also with our embossing folders. Another little trick is to use your embossing folders on the lip of your envelopes to give them a little textured look. And it just adds a little more pop to your cards when you mail them. Okay, so let's grab some dimensionals, my big ones, that's what I want, right here. Okay, so if I was closing that, I just need just a tad of this, a little piece to be hiding that. Okay, you don't want the dimensional too far up, so let's do this one. And I'm just going to place it right about, you just want to make sure you don't get that dimensional there. So let's see. We'll do him this way. Okay. Does it work? Yep. You just tuck that in there. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to put the dimensionals down here right now. I don't think I need the third one. And I'm just going to put him right about here. So now it's tucked in with both of them. That's why I say tear tape is better for that, because you're going to be messing with that insert. Okay. Whoop. Know that you are loved. And then on the inside, we'll put congratulations on reaching a new level of wonderful. I like that. I like that saying. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the saying in here. And then I'm going to snail that down. Move that out of the way. And that's what's going to cover up that flap. That'll get tucked right in here. And I did promise I would do that bow again, right? So let's do that. Okay, so before I do that, let's put some little gems on here. We're going to go with the jade, I think. And instead of putting, see, the last time I put them in there, I think I'm going to, I like that. I think it makes them pop out. I'll put one in each one. And then what I'm going to do is just put one here and one here. It just, I think it makes the card pop a little bit more. Now, let me bring in that ribbon, because we're going to put a bow on here. Okay, so you want a long enough piece. So this is probably, I don't usually measure, but let me measure it. I bet that's 12 inches. I bet we could do it with probably about 10 inches, depending on how big you wanted your bow. So I'm going to try it with 10 inches. I don't usually measure. This might be too small. Okay, I'm going to take my pinky and my thumb and hold the first tail. I'm going to wrap it around. I can tell already this is too small. So you need like 12 inches. Let's see. Wrap it around twice. Just like that. Wrap it around twice. Take the next tail, put it between the two fingers right here. There's a little loop right there. See that little loop? When you bring that around, that's why you need more. Yeah, we're going to use 12 inches. That extra will be just what we need. Okay, so in order to do this, I recommend 12 inches of ribbon. Okay. Take your pinky and your thumb and hold that piece. Wrap it around once, twice. Then take that tail, go through your two fingers. See that loop when you put it through your two fingers? Gently bring this around. And you're going to take that flap, the front loop, you're going to put it underneath. And when you pull it, you're going to pull it down towards you. So you're pulling it this way. Okay? It does take some practice, but once you do it, pull it tight. Pull it tight. Can you see it? I'll do another one Sunday. And you just slide those off your fingers. And then you have this great flat bow. And if you want to tighten it, you can. But make sure you tighten the right ribbon, the right tail. And it's just a little bit, it just makes it flatter than if you make a regular knotted bow. So I'll do it again on Sunday, okay? If you really like that one, I'll show you that one again on Sunday. And I'm just going to cut these tails a little bit right now. And I think, where do I want this bow now? I have to put it somewhere where it's not going to get in the way. So I'm going to make them a little bit smaller. So by tightening these, makes it a little bit smaller. I'll put it right here. Ooh, you know what? No, I'll put it right here. Ooh, yes. There we go. Okay. So that's where that's going. Let me grab my glue dots. And we'll put it up here. Around the saying, around the sentiment. You can see that there's your knotted piece in the back. So you want the flatter one in the front. And we're just going to lay that right down. Now, even if it goes off over your card a little bit, it's okay. It's ribbon. You can mush it around. I'm so technical, aren't I? Mush it around. And then I would just play with it. So now you have that flat bow. And that'll lay flatter in your card when you're mailing it. And when you open it, there you have it. Could have stamped a flower on the inside, but, and then just put that right there. So how did you like the cards tonight? And thank you so much for tuning back in with me. I really appreciate it. Sorry about today, but hey, I learned something new about technology today and what I could do to make it better the next time it happens. So here's the two cards again. I will do still shots later too. Also, don't forget about using your embossing folders for the lips of your envelopes. Here are the two cards using the watercolor pencils. Mush and doodads, you like that, huh? Yes, I am so technical, and I'm just, you know, like I always say, right? What you see is what you get. Smush, doodads. Okay, here's two more. Now, this is something old and something new. You want to get that painted harvest if you haven't gotten it yet, because it's going to go so well with the new Celebrate sunflowers. And then, of course, we have these two. Kathleen, I don't do ribbon shares. I do the paper share, and I am going to be having more information on that next week. I'll have all that out. I'm just planning it right now, figuring out the cost and everything. So probably Monday or Tuesday, or maybe on Wednesday's video, I'll have that for you. I'll have all the information. And of course, the 3 first cards that I did. You notice I put these 3 together because I like them. I like them. Hopefully you like them. But I kind of like these better. So even I have my favorites. And here's those little gems I was telling you again about, the green ones. Wait till you see what I do with those on Sunday. This is why I wish I had ordered more, but I'll get them. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something new. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. And I will see you back here Sunday night at 7 p.m., okay? It's going to be a nice weekend in New York. I plan on enjoying some outdoor weather. You have a great day. Have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. Bye, Stampers. Good night.